The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most notorious and elusive criminals in American history, leaving a trail of fear and mystery in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The case is characterized by a series of unsolved murders, cryptic ciphers, and taunting letters sent to newspapers and police, all of which have fueled decades of speculation and investigation. Despite numerous theories and suspects, the true identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown, and the question of whether he is still alive continues to be a subject of debate and intrigue. The reign of terror attributed to the Zodiac Killer began in the late 1960s in Northern California. The first confirmed attacks occurred in December 1968, when a young couple, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, were shot and killed in their car on a lover's lane in Vallejo. The following July, another couple, Darlene Farron and Michael Mageau, were attacked at another lover's lane, with Farron succumbing to her injuries and Mageau surviving despite being shot multiple times. What makes the Zodiac Killer case particularly chilling is the meticulous planning and apparent enjoyment the killer derived from taunting law enforcement and the public. Following the attacks, letters began to arrive at local newspapers, each containing a piece of a cipher that the sender claimed would reveal his identity. These cryptic messages were signed with a distinctive crossed circle symbol that became the Zodiac Killer's trademark. The Zodiac Killer's communication extended beyond letters and ciphers. In August 1969, he targeted 2 more victims at Lake Berryessa, stabbing them with a knife. He later contacted the police to report his crime and included details that only the killer would know. Subsequent letters and cryptograms continued to arrive, further complicating the investigation. One of the most infamous aspects of the case was the Zodiac Killer's ability to elude law enforcement. Despite numerous eyewitness accounts and surviving victims, no one was ever apprehended in connection with the crimes. The elusive nature of the killer, coupled with the cryptic messages and taunts, fueled public fear and fascination. As the years passed, the Zodiac Killer's activities seemed to fade, but the case remained unsolved. Various suspects were considered, and investigators pursued leads, but the true identity of the killer remained a mystery. Over the years, amateur sleuths, journalists, and true crime enthusiasts have delved into the case, proposing their own theories and suspects. One theory suggests that the Zodiac Killer may still be alive, living among the general population undetected. Proponents of this theory point to the fact that the killer was never caught and may have changed his identity or modus operandi to avoid detection. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this speculation, and the mystery surrounding the Zodiac Killer remains unsolved. Another possibility is that the Zodiac Killer may have died without ever being identified or apprehended. If the killer was never connected to the crimes, he could have lived out his life under a different identity, escaping the grasp of justice. This theory, too, is purely speculative and lacks any conclusive evidence. In recent years, advancements in forensic technology have led to renewed interest in cold cases, including the Zodiac Killer investigation. Investigators have revisited evidence using modern DNA analysis techniques, hoping to find new leads or connections that were previously undetectable. While these efforts have resulted in advancements in other cases, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains elusive. One key challenge in solving the case is the lack of a definitive suspect. The Zodiac Killer's ability to remain anonymous, coupled with the absence of a clear motive or pattern, has made it difficult for investigators to narrow down a list of potential suspects. The killer's taunting letters and ciphers, while providing insight into his psyche, have not led to a breakthrough identifying him. The enduring fascination with the Zodiac Killer case has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and movies. The mystery surrounding the identity of the killer, combined with the audacity of his communications with the media and law enforcement, has captured the public's imagination for decades. Amateur sleuths and internet forums continue to dissect the case, proposing new theories and suspects, but the truth remains elusive. In conclusion, the Zodiac Killer case stands as one of the most perplexing and enduring mysteries of American crime. The question of whether he is still alive adds another layer of intrigue to the case, but without concrete evidence, it remains a tantalizing but unanswered question in the realm of true crime.